This is not my experience. It was Ramone's experience. And it's about kind of this world stage here, the way they're creating these little distractions. I remember there was that chemical. I'm sure people, you guys have heard of it. The chemical explosion or spill in Ohio, and then there was one in Texas. I think yesterday, a plastics plant exploded, releasing all these chemicals into the air. And when I looked at the map, I could see that they were creeping across the United States. They're making it almost like a grid pattern of explosions, and so they can kind of lock the consciousness into this fear. And Ramone had shared an experience that he had about the explosion in Ohio. That, of course, it was premeditated and planned, but it was done in a threatening manner to the other little dark brats there by their higher ups to actually warn them, because I guess Ohio, this is his experience of what he had saw, that Ohio had voted wrong in some sort of election, because again, all those elections are, set up, they're just kind of sham, phony. But they had voted wrong. They did not listen to their basically their masters. And so because they had voted wrong, they did that chemical explosion to let them know that they have power over them, or that they can take them out, to sort of really strike that fear into them and all the other kind of people under their command. That's probably the reptilians, of course, showing the so-called little people that they have that power to do all that. So now they're setting off these like chain of events. So yeah, that was another interesting thing.
Oh, no, that's cool, the Daily News. So the thing is that, yeah, no, thank you so much for sharing that. And they probably said something like it was a gas explosion or something like that, right?
Yeah, or a burst pipe, and then it's like a whole building and all this.
Yeah, they don't tell you how, but they do. Many years ago, probably about 10, 12 years ago, the China, let's see, it's been about that or maybe a little longer, but anyhow, China basically started the BRICS, which is another, like the Federal Reserve, but they just wanted to get away from the Federal Reserve. So there was a couple of explosions in China factories, and they said it was a gas leak. Well, actually, people saw it, and the laser from the sky, they called it the rod of God, but it was a laser that hit those plants because the bad boys, just like in this situation, were pissed off at China for doing that and other things at the time, and there's some other things going on too, whatever it is, but they use lasers to do that. And just like 9/11, if they want something to happen, they will use lasers. Now, also the school shootings that have been taking place, those are all setups too. And you can see little by little, because many times it has been proposed to get people's guns, and people don't want to give them up, especially the gun owners, whatever. And those that know history know that when the guns are given up, the public is vulnerable. So they do all these school shootings and that, and you'll notice the latest thing on Biden's plate is to outlaw certain types of weapons or whatever, And so again, little by little, they want to get people's guns because, see, they're afraid. That's the whole thing, and it's all a setup. So just like this, yeah, you're going to see more of this. And just like the Boston Marathon years ago when explosions went off, those were Navy SEALs. But somebody yelled out of the crowd, "Oh, it's those kids over there." Just like when they were doing interviews on 9/11, they hired witnesses to say, "Oh, yeah, I saw the planes go into the building." Well, there were no planes. They put that in afterwards into the video. It was lasers that they used on those buildings, and all those flight recordings of those people going down, and that was all fake. Everything was fake, like the moon landing, etc. Now they're talking about going on the moon again, so they're going to create another fake moon landing, etc. But anyhow, yeah, heads up, we know what's going on. It's all distraction. If it's not focused on the natural environment and improving that and becoming more aware, it's distraction and baloney. Yes, yes. Thank you, and tell Ramone, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Okay.
Well,
Go
two
ahead.
experiences. Thank you guys for listening.
No, we're here for that. We're here to share so that people are updated. And see, as we get together each time, it's like a huddle out on the field. We got a new play coming. And just think of it like a football team. We're a football team, and we go into the huddle all the time, and we see what's going on here because we see the defense doesn't want us to get to the goal. So we have to create new maneuvers creatively. And as we become more aware, maybe we got a couple of tight ends that can jump 10 feet so they can jump right over the line. So whatever, okay? Elastic Man. Yeah.